Gate set in a teasy.
Welcome to another Storytime with OneMan. Now, the way this story came about, because I didn't even think about this, I was just telling my son about how I broke my arm, and this scar that's on my arm, my right elbow. He was like, "I never knew what happened to your elbow." So I started telling him the story, and then I was like, you know what? That'd be a good story for me to tell. So, like I always say, I don't really have good stories, but I just want to have my stories out there just in case I forget. One day my mind start going bad. And so look, I remember exactly how old I was when this happened. I was 16 years old when I broke my elbow. Another reason I know I can't tell stories right is because I always ramble. Like, I'll start talking about one thing and then I think of something else, and then, but people might tune in for that. So look, I remember being like in elementary school and middle school and stuff like that, and teachers asking people, have you ever broke a bone? And everybody talking about they broke bones, and I'm like, I never broke a bone in my life. Well, I turned 16. All right, this is what happened. We was playing a game called Manhunt in the neighborhood in Panos and Virginia Beach. So we playing Manhunt, and I forgot who. There's no way I can remember who was on the other team. But I can't remember who was on my team. I just remember one person that was on my team because I got to think about him every single day when I look at this scar. My bro V Money was on my team. People know him as Vicious. Call him V Money. I gave him that name, V Money, too. He'll tell you that. I gave him V Money. People don't even know that, but I gave him V Money. Anyways, so we playing Manhunt. And in the second court in Panos, the court is called Shortleaf Court. And it was like like how you have a regular dumpster where people dump their everyday trash in there. We had like this other dumpster. And you can call and order this type of dumpster, and it might just be like wood in there. Like when people like moving and stuff, they'll put like just stuff in there like that. But it wasn't like a traditional dumpster. So me and V Money is hiding in there. Nobody find us for a little while, and next thing you know, KY jumping there. KY is about to tag us. So, and KY is like on the other side of it, but me and V Money, where we at, we like jump out. I'm telling V Money to jump out. He telling me to jump out. I'm telling him to jump. He telling me to jump. We telling each other to jump out first because we right beside each other. We don't want anybody to fall. So next thing you know, we kind of jump out at the same time. I land upside down on my hands. So I remember when I'm landing on my hands. And the dumpster is high. It's like real high too. It's like taller than me. But you can get in it. You could like jump and get in it. But it's taller than me though. You know what I mean? So I'm landing upside down, and I remember my arm just bent in, like it was bent in. And I swear, some reason everybody was out there. Like everybody was out there, because I remember Felicia and them uncle and grandma, her grandma came. They was outside. Everybody was outside. And the reason I remember everybody outside is because I was about to cry. I know I'm 16, but it hurt so bad that I was about to cry. And I looked, and everybody was out there. I couldn't just cry in front of everybody. If nobody was out there, I probably would have cried. So look, like I was just telling my son, all right, my elbow was like swollen, but I could bend it. And I had a keychain, like when you have a keychain you wear around your neck. Back in the day, people did that. And it's like it looked like a ribbon, but it's a key at the end. And I remember having that on. It's crazy how I remember certain stuff. I remember having that on because I put my arm in it like it was a sling, because my arm was just dangling. And I put my arm in it like it was a sling, right? And I walked all the way to the back court. I still lived in the back court at the time, which is Spruce Court. So I'm walking from Shortleaf Court to Spruce Court, right? and my mom was still living at the time. So I come in the house. I might have told her about my arm, whatever, at the right then, but I can't remember. I just remember when I took my arm out, I could not bend it again. Like, so now my arm just really like dangling for real. So I could not bend it or anything. I couldn't do that. So I had one of them moms like, you could not miss a day of school. You got to be sick to miss a day of school in my crib. I'm talking about we always had perfect attendance certificates. I got those so much. I used to get mad like when my brother missed a day of school from being sick. I just wanted to stay home. We couldn't do that. Like, we couldn't do that. You know what I mean? So with that being said, we didn't just go to the hospital either. Like, we weren't just going to the hospital just because you sick. Like, we just ain't do that. You know what I mean? And most people I knew really didn't do that either. But we didn't just go to the hospital. So I remember telling my mom, I think my arm broke, my elbow, whatever. And I had one of them moms like, better sleep it off kind of thing. She didn't say that, but that's what she meant. So I remember, I was telling my son this too. I remember nighttime came, because this happened in the daytime. Nighttime came, still ain't no hospital or nothing. And I know this ain't gonna get better. And I was complaining the whole time. So I remember not being able to sleep because it was hurting that bad, man. My mom came in the room like quietly, and I saw her come, but I just pretended like I was asleep. She came to touch my elbow. Soon as she touched, I was like, but I was up. But I would have did that anyway because that's how bad it hurt. If anything would have touched it, you know what I mean? So she was like, we're gonna go to the hospital in the morning. All right, so we went to the hospital. They put me in this MRI and everything. And I remember being in the MRI machine thing, and I remember like the beeps and all that stuff. And I remember trying to rap to the beat. It was like off though. It wasn't like a beat, but I was still trying to like come up with raps to it. I vividly remember that. And then in the position they had my arm, they had my arm in a crazy position that it was killing me. I remember that. I remember like killing me. And we got the results back, and they was like, I broke my elbow, I ruptured my right tricep tendon. So every time like somebody talk about like a tricep tendon, I always remember I ruptured my right tricep tendon. Anyway, I had to have surgery. I had the surgery. I don't know how many days, a week, whatever after that. And they put me in a half cast. So basically it's like under my elbow, it was like kind of like a cast, but it's wrapped up. So I could take it off anytime I wanted to. So let me add this to it. The reason, still to this day, like I throw stuff with my left hand, I'm able to play basketball with my left hand. I remember boxing, we used to box out Pine Oaks, and somebody get the right glove, somebody get the left, I would get the left glove, because I was just able to use my left hand. And I used to always practice even before I broke my elbow. I always practice doing stuff left-handed. I mean, that's why I'm not to toot my own horn, but I'm good like using my left hand doing things. I mean, I play darts, my left hand still win. I could vouch for that. I could make that a story. But anyway, so the reason I brought that up is because still to this day, I could dunk with my left hand. Like, I might, if I remember, I'm going to put it in here. Like, I could do for some reason, I could still do I could never do a regular 360 and dunk. It'd be like so weak. But I always, for some reason, can do a reverse 360. Right? With my right hand, I can do a reverse 360. So I always say, even if I just put in my left hand, that's a regular 360. So still to this day, I could do 360 with my left hand. And I'm right-handed. And if I remember, I'm going to put that in here. I'm going to put a clip of that in, of me doing the 360 with my left hand. You know what I mean? So y'all know even though my brother always be like, you don't got to say you don't lie, because people know we don't just be lying. It's not a lie. What else I want to say? That's back when my mom was still living. My mom passed away probably 4 years after that, because I was 20 years old when she passed away. So yeah, my mom was still living. We still stayed in the back court before we even moved to short leaf court, where I broke my elbow at. And that's the story. That's the reason I got this scar on my elbow. Oh yeah. And I remember back to the stitches. You know what I mean? In a half cast. I used to always take the cast off, even in school. Like my arm would just dangle for a while, like because I couldn't really move it like that, right? So it would dangle a little bit until I was just able to like use it more and more. So even when I used to dunk, because I usually could jump like real high, and even when I would dunk, I could always like cock it back. It's no way for me to explain this, but I could do certain dunks with my right hand, but I wouldn't be able to like bend it. Like, so I had to like cock it back. It's hard to explain it. Know what I mean? But then, like I said, I could do my left hand 360 dunk. But I would take that cast off all the time. And then they told me they used to tell me I had to go to physical therapy too. I never went. And for the longest time, I used to like have my right arm straight and bend it, and it'll make like this creaking noise. Like it'll be cracking and screeching and creaking and all that. And it probably just stopped doing that maybe 5 years ago, maybe. And sometimes I can still do it a little bit, but not like I used to do back in the day. I used to do that, and it'll be like a loud, like crunching noise. You don't do that no more though. But that's all I can think of with my elbow. Oh yeah, one more thing. I remember they gave me some pain pills, and if you know me, you know I don't take pain pills. But back then when I was little, my mom, I got these pain pills. I was in pain, and I remember running. My mom used to be like, my mom was like, if you take these pills, you probably throw up and stuff like that. And another thing y'all probably didn't know about me, before I started drinking, I never just threw up. Like in my life, I just never threw up. And that was the first day I did. I took some pain pills, and I remember getting up out of the bed, running to the bathroom to throw up. And my mom was like, see, I told you, you're gonna throw up. And I'm out of here. Just like, I don't take pills. You know what I mean? I had another surgery not too long ago, and I was in excruciating pain. Never took no pills. I just had to take the pain. Anyways, I'm gone.
Gate set in a teasy.